It is really stressful if you don't get a good grade, and many people are motivated to get a good grade so much that they don't want to challenge themselves. They only look for the grade, not to learn.
The thing about having grades and comments is that they said that the studies showed that that didn't help. It didn't change anything. So just the comments were what changed the student's perspective. So I think that's why we should just have comments. And then we can go back and improve ourselves and improve our writing. And when we just get a grade, you know, like I think it was Toby or Matthew said that when you get a grade, you don't know why you failed or why you got a good grade. You just know that, okay, evidently I showed a lot of work or a lack of work. So if you get comments, then you know what to improve, and you can improve yourself. So you're preparing yourself for college, you're preparing yourself for high school, you're preparing yourself for the next challenge that you're going to have in the next grade, because you know what to do and how to fix it.
I also think with they're like, okay, if you get, grades want to motivate you, but if you're a kid that maybe gets like a lot of F's, maybe you don't even want to try because it's too hard for you to get that grade, so you just kind of give up on trying.
Because Sophia makes a good point that like grades, you only focus on the grades and you don't focus about the learning, and you don't focus about anything but the grades to make sure that your parents, when they see the grades, you're doing a well job at school. And I don't think that parents understand that grades actually like tear down the students and stress the students more than they think they know.
Grades may provide like motivation. They definitely could provide a lot of motivation, but it doesn't matter how much motivation it gives you, but it depends on where it comes from. Like, it's more quality, not quantity. Like, you could get really motivated by the fear of like getting an F or something, like, oh, I gotta do this or I'm gonna fail. But that's not motivation that one would want to use. They'd want to be when someone tells you to do something, you don't want to do it. Like, there could be something you really, really love, but like at school, you like they make you do it, so you don't want to do it. You want to be self-driven. You want to show that I chose to do this. I'm independent.
I wanted to agree on Danielle because like sometimes how people say a test is a grade, and if you don't know what you did, you should just, on the test, whatever you put down is what you know about it. And sometimes you say, okay, study for a test. I don't study for a test because I put on the paper what I know and I learned. I don't want to do something that our teacher said to do for a good grade. I just do it because I know what I learned so far. I'm going to put it on paper and show the teacher that's all I know, instead of saying study for something that you have no clue what it's about.
Grades tend to create problems within the relationships between students and teachers, and the relationships between students and their peers. Like, for instance, if someone got a really, really good test grade, and they'll probably go around bragging. It does happen a lot. They go around bragging about they got this good score, and it makes two people that feel bad that say, well, I studied really hard, but I still didn't get that good a grade on the test, probably because they were really nervous, or there might have been other reasons at home, things like that. And so when that creates problems between students and peers, so grades do create problems. And then also between students and teachers, if a teacher, is grading and he gives a student, like a C on something, and that student's gotten A+ all their life, then they're probably going to be really, really upset. So then they're probably not going to like the teacher as much anymore, and they're going to, be mad at the teacher for giving them a grade that they probably think they didn't deserve and they're not used to getting. So we could be learning then, and instead they're working on their grades, and they're just letters.
Grades just tell you that you did good or not, but then comments just tell you what you need to work on. And I think if you put them together, the grades and comments, you'll be more accurate on what you need to work on.
Sabina says when kids say, oh, I hate school, they're not saying they hate school, they're saying they hate school, usually for some people I know, they really hate it because they'd get a bad grade, and Lynn was saying they could get in trouble with their parents, they'd get they wouldn't be able to go to something that they really wanted to go to just because they got bad grades. And school isn't about grades, it's about it's about learning it's about learning, so then when you get to like, when you're older, you know, you can like get a job and like be successful and stuff. So like, when Sabina says like, kids like, oh, I hate school, it sucks, like someone could really enjoy school because, well, they could really enjoy school, but grades, people are focusing on grades and not like learning, because school is about learning, it's not about grades, so people get really frustrated. But like, I know a lot of our projects that we're doing are really fun, but then behind all that, there's the grade, which you just have to get because it's really important. And parents might be like, oh well, if you get an A on this project, I'll give you like $20 and you can go to this movie you really wanted to go to. And then they don't really focus on the project. They're more focused on getting this cool reward.